Welcome to the inaugural edition of Inside Titan Sports. I'm your host, Jeff Radcliffe, and during the 2015-16 athletic season, we'll take an in-depth look at all of the athletic programs here at Eastern Florida State College. All 11, in fact. There used to be 9. Now there are 11. We'll get into that in just a few moments. But also on the docket today, we get season previews from the men's and women's soccer teams, both very successful programs for the last couple of years, and the resurgent women's volleyball team as well, their season already underway. But we will talk now about those two sports, the aforementioned two sports that have been added, as we welcome in the Associate Vice President for Athletics, Jeff Carr. And this is a big deal for this school. You already had the lead, as it were, of all 24 in-state schools, and now 11. What two new sports do we have?
Well, thanks. We have men's tennis now and women's golf. We're really excited about that. Thanks to Dr. Ritchie and the Board of Trustees for supporting us having these two new sports. So we're really thrilled to have them.
I think when you talk about college athletics, there's always this revenue, non-revenue sports. These would be considered the non-rev, as it were. What does these two sports bring?
Well, I think Brevard County is very successful on the high school level on men's tennis and women's golf, and we had a lot of interest in the community, so we decided to add them. Plus, it's just more branding for our school as well, and we're thrilled to have them. We already have the facilities, so it was easy to start the programs.
Yeah, and what does it do for maybe the athletes just in this area to have now another opportunity to play it at the next level?
Absolutely, another opportunity for our student athletes within Brevard County to possibly stay home and play at a high level for us.
Talk a little bit about who you're going to bring on. You apparently have coaches hired for these two new
programs.
programs.
Yes, absolutely. We have Jerry Thor, who's our women's tennis coach, who also will be the men's tennis coach. He's coming from Niagara University, the NCAA Division I school in the Buffalo area. And then we have Ann Gannon that played on the Futures Tour and was ranked as high as 11th in the U.S. Amateur. She's also a full-time professor for us, and she played college golf at Rutgers and then transferred to FAU. So we're thrilled to have both these quality coaches.
What is it like to have a guy like Dr. Ritchie behind this and kind of promoting this, that we want to be not just the best in this area, but the best in the state to give the most opportunities to student athletes everywhere?
Well, Dr. Ritchie, he's a visionary, yeah. And he sees, the opportunity athletics has just putting our branding of our program and putting it on the map. But he has done a tremendous job, and not only does he want us to be competitive in the state, he wants us to be competitive nationally in all our sports.
You touched on it already. You've got a boys golf or a men's golf program already, and then the women's tennis. This is a nice, easy transition because the facilities are usually the big deal. They're already in place.
Absolutely. So we have a driving range just off the Cocoa campus, so the women's golf will use that, and then we have a brand new tennis facility on the Melbourne campus, so the men's tennis will just be playing on those facilities, which are top-notch.
Both slated to start fall of 2016. What has to be done between this point here, the beginning of the 2015 academic year, to that year down the road? What things do you have to have done to get?
Well, we got to do some things with NJCAA formally announcing to them that we're having these two programs. But the coaches they're hitting the ground running right now, recruiting for their teams for 2016.
Excellent. Well, so we've got the two new sports at Eastern Florida State College. We've got women's golf, men's tennis coming your way next year. We're going to talk about some of the current sports when we come back with this man right here, Jeff Carr, also the women's soccer coach. We'll get things started with that when we come back on Inside Titan Sports.
This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
And we're back. It's Inside Titan Sports. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, your host, and now we delve into the season previews, and we start with the women's soccer team looking to make it back to the national tournament, a tournament which Eastern Florida State College has hosted for the last 5 years. Got Jeff Carr returning and Haley Cook, the sophomore center back for your Titans, and the pride of Satellite High School, a former Scorpion right here in Brevard County. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
So how has the preseason been shaping up? Because we got the season opener coming up just this weekend.
Yeah, we play Saturday. We've played 4 scrimmages against club and some Division II schools. Lots to work on still, but we're coming together as a team, and we have a few injuries now. We're hoping they'll all come together so we can be all ready to play on Saturday night.
And let's talk a little bit about the preseason. You played 16 games last year. Is it a little different this year for you as one of the leaders?
It's a little bit different because now there's more sophomores, so we know we need to kind of bring the freshmen into everything and try to work on our team chemistry more.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to bring up the sore subject, but so close in those semis last year. How has that motivated some of these girls this year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we were so close. I think at the beginning of the year, even last year, I told them we could, compete for a national championship. And I'm not sure they all bought in and really believed that, but, when we lose on penalty kicks in the semifinals of the national championship, they a bad taste in their mouth. I think they really believe that we have that opportunity again this year to go all the way.
How hungry does that make you and some of your teammates?
Like Coach Carr was saying, since being so close, we know that we can make it that far again. And I think this year we have a stronger team also. So that pushes us a lot more to work harder and in practice. And
sure. 13, 1 and 2. It's really tough to kind of improve upon that. But you don't. It's okay to have a 1. You just don't want it where it happened last year, as we already alluded to. What kind of goals were set in place here for you?
Yeah, we had, throughout the summer, I'd send them quotes and that, and kind of the different finish lines we have. One is to finish preseason strong. One is to, finish the regular season and finish conference, hopefully first, to get the opportunity to play, to compete for going to a national championship. So, yeah, chemistry, as Haley just said, is so important for this team, and I think that we're coming together, but we still have a lot of work to do as a team.
Chemistry, especially big on the back line where you're one of those leaders. How does the team look at, in your opinion, what will be some of the strengths of the side this year?
we have a lot of strength up top. We have a lot of girls that are really good attacking-wise, and we have a really solid midfield. And we know how to switch the ball really well. We've noticed that in scrimmages. And defense-wise, we have 3 of us returning from last year playing defense, so we're experienced there too. And we're really coming together as a team.
As far as those returners you have coming back, is that a big reason why you were preseason ranked number 3 just this past week?
Well, I think it's basically based on last year, how we finished, you know, being so close to getting to the national championship game ourselves. So I think it's more based on what we've done in the past than where we are moving forward.
I know what coaches say about rankings, but what do you look at? Is that something that you feel it deserves? Is it a sign of respect, or is it something you feel you have to live up to now?
I think kind of is something we have to live up to. It's like we're number 3 in the nation, so we need to keep it or get better than that. So improve from there.
7 home games this year. That's an improvement over a year ago. How does that help? I mean, when you've got such a nice complex to play in, you have the fans behind you. That goes without saying, but how does that help this year?
We're thrilled that we have that many home games. That's the most we've ever had. It's hard getting teams to come play us here, even though we have a great facility. So we're thrilled to get to stay home a lot more and not be on the road as much.
6 of them on TV on WEFS. You're a local girl. That's got to be nice for the parents and the friends to be able to watch you on TV. What's it like playing on TV? Does you get up for that a little bit?
Yeah, I like it, and it's like we know that we have to be on our best behavior, like Mr. Dakotas tells us. But so that, and then also knowing that our family that lives far away can watch us too. So since I'm local, my family can always come, but not everyone's can. So it's good that we're on TV.
National tournament or bust, that's how it is, because you're right here. How much, when it comes to training and in practice, that you hit that particular point with these girls, that the goal is we want to win it on our home field?
Absolutely. We all have actually bracelets that say the finish line is November 21st, 2015. That is the ultimate finish line, and hopefully we'll finish first on November 21st. So every practice, I'd probably mention it probably more than they're probably tired of hearing me say it, but that's our expectations, that's where we want to be.
Speaking of TV games, it starts off this week with the opener against Andrew College. What challenges do they present here in the opener for you?
I'm actually not too familiar with that school, but our own challenges that we have, we know we need to keep our chemistry up, like how we were saying, and we need to work together as a team as much as we can, and even if we don't know anything about them, and play our own game.
Has the off season been long for you? How bad and how itching are you to actually play a real game now?
Well, during preseason, we were just kind of waiting for the season to start because all the hard work we've been doing, we want it to pay off once we get to our regular season. So we've been waiting for it.
Haley and the girls ready? What does it take to get off to a good start here?
Well, Andrew, I've seen them on film actually this weekend, but they're an up-and-coming program. They've really turned their program around. Corey, their coach, has done a tremendous job. So they're athletic, they're quick. I mean, we're going to have to be on our A game and play our game and be organized and disciplined.
Eventually you get into the league schedule. What did you learn about some of the regulars that you have to play during the year?
We play Polk and Broward often, so we kind of get into, we play them 3 times during the season, so we start knowing how they play and how their players play, so we sometimes change our game to play better against them. So.
And that's always the key. That's where you make your money in those conference games, right? As far as a team.
Absolutely. Both Polk and Broward will be a lot better. They've brought in some really special players. So the target's on our back, and we got to take care of business each time we play them.
Well, excellent work, and at least on the show. I hope that transfers on to this weekend against Andrew College as the high-profile Eastern Florida Titans will get their season, their 2015-16 season underway against Andrew College. That game is going to be on WEFS-TV on Saturday. Jeff Carr, Haley Cook, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll hopefully see you guys next time. Coming up next, we'll stay on the soccer pitch. We'll talk with Coach Oliver Twelvetrees and a special guest as the men look to get underway as well. You're watching Inside Titan Sports.
Choose dedicated faculty, exciting programs where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
We're back inside Titan Sports. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, your host, and now we switch gears from the women's program to the men's program led by head coach Oliver Twelvetrees and the special guest, one of the newcomers, the sophomore Wilfred Williams, a man straight out of Tennessee. So welcome to Florida. How's it been treating you?
It's been well. It's a little hot, hotter than Tennessee, but I love the weather here and practice. You sweat a lot, so here it's just too much heat, but it's all right.
Yeah. So speaking of practice and the heat, how has preseason been going for you guys?
It's been great. The boys have worked really hard. We've come together and we've worked on our formations and our systems of play, and we've really started to come together as a team and ready to play our first regular season games this weekend.
How the scrimmages go? Do you think you're ready for this weekend?
It was good. Starting the season, coming into preseason, we were expected to play some top schools. We had 2 D1s and a D2, and we had Stetson, Lynn, and Florida Gulf Coast, and those teams were really good teams, and I think they got us ready for our season coming up this weekend.
Oliver, you had some good performances. Obviously, just with the score lines, you got a couple of wins, just a couple of 1-goal losses against Division I teams. What went right in those games? What did you learn about your team?
Certainly offensively going forward, there's not going to be a team that's going to be able to stop us. We were able to score against the reigning national champions for D2, Lynn, as well as Stetson, and put 3 goals in on Weber, a good NEI program. So certainly going forward, we're going to be very dangerous and explosive and score a lot of goals.
Wilfred, you're a Johnson City, Tennessee native coming from the University of Memphis. What is this program like compared to what you're coming from, and why come to Eastern Florida State College?
Coming out of Memphis, I didn't really know what I was getting into when I was going to Memphis. It was I just heard it was a D1, and so growing up, you want to go to a D1 school. So it was good at first. I was happy, and then all of a sudden, I started to lose the passion of soccer. I wasn't really excited and happy going to practice and stuff. But there's an old coach that was here when I was growing up. He's also from the Tri-Cities. His name was Danny, and him and I talked a lot, and Coach Twelvetrees actually wanted me to come here before I went to Memphis, and so it just made it easier coming back here and talking to him, and plus he's in Florida, and who doesn't love Florida?
Exactly, who doesn't love Florida? He's one of your newcomers. Talk about some of the newcomers you have, because look, you graduated a couple of All-Americans, especially on the back line, and how key are some of these newcomers going to be?
Certainly, Wilfred came at semester. He came in January, so he's been with us for a whole semester, and he's a fantastic person as well as a player. He brings a lot of character and leadership to the team. So he will give us some leadership in that back line that we're losing. Obviously, losing those 2 All-Americans, Wilfred will slot right in there and be a captain for us, starting at left back. He's also very attacking, can get forward, and sometimes we move him up onto the midfield. certainly we have a boy coming in, Rashane McClymont. He was a Jamaican national team player, U17 and U20. So he's going to slide into Ivan's slot at center back and hopefully give us that physical, calming presence on the ball as well.
Give me a scouting report on this team. What kind of team are we going to see when you take the field?
Most Americans don't like soccer because the thing is boring and there's not a lot of goals. When you come to watch those plays, you're gonna be getting a lot of goals gonna be coming in because our wingers, our forwards, it's gonna be some speed, some goals are be coming in, especially from Kofi and Yaya and JJ and all those guys. They're anxious to score, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of goals.
13-3-1, a really good regular season. I know it didn't end the way you guys wanted. Goal scoring, is that good? We saw some games on WEFS last year that really kind of got out of hand, a very lopsided score line, but it was, as a coach, I'm sure fun for you to watch. Is it going to be more of the same this year, you think?
I think so, yeah. I think, we've got a good pattern of play going forward, and we like to get the ball wide and like to create the one-on-one situations, and we're going to create a lot of chances, and hopefully we're going to have some guys that can put the ball in the back of the net and score some goals.
I like the fact that you're preseason ranked number 4 in the country. Is that too high, too low, or does it even matter right now?
I don't really look at rankings because it's what other people think of the teams. Soccer is weird because you can be the best team in the nation, and you can play like the number 16 team ranked in the nation. They can beat you. So soccer is weird. One goal can make a difference. So we take like our team. We just want to take one game at a time. It don't matter what rankings it is. Who's 16, 1 or 2.
Coach, talk a little bit about the schedule. I know we talked in the preseason off of camera about a little bit about this. This is the most ambitious schedule that you've ever played, and that this school has ever played, even before your time here, of course. But just talk about some of the teams on the schedule. I believe 5 nationally ranked teams.
Yeah, we're really excited to go this weekend. We play against Monroe, who've been into the Nationals the last, I think, 3 years in a row. We played them at Nationals male team a few years ago, and they're a top program. They lost in the final last year. So we played them and Essex, who as well are a returning national tournament team. So those teams this weekend will be a great way to open up, as well as Broward, who's our conference foe. They're going to be very much improved. They're going to be a big test for us, and playing those guys 3 times will be some really exciting games, and we're going to have to be on our best to maintain that top 3 ranking, top 4 ranking in the nation, as well as getting on and getting to the tournament postseason play.
I'm sure you've heard from some of your returning teammates how cool it is to play on such a fine facility that will actually be hosting the women's nationals again this year, to play on that in front of great fans on a great field. But you got to start the year on the road, which is somewhat of a bummer against some tough teams. Talk about this trip to Maryland this weekend and what lies ahead.
We're excited. We're very excited. We had coming back. We had a tough game on Saturday, and we had a day off Sunday. And today, first day coming back, you can see like everybody's anxious to just get on that pitch and fight for a roster spot, because not everybody can travel. There's 27 of us, and only 18 can go. So everybody's fighting hard and trying to impress coach and to travel. And so, I mean, you're going to Maryland. You're not in Florida, so it's exciting to travel anytime. So we're excited.
You touched a little bit on the scoring that you hope to have be reproduced again this year, and the quality of schedule. You're going to have to do it again. 69 of your 70 goals that were produced last year have moved on to other schools now. And who are some of the people that could step up, maybe newcomers or some of the guys that are coming back that can really step into those roles?
Yeah, Yannick Kofi, who transferred in. He actually played with Wilfred at FC Dallas growing up, and he transferred in from Northeast Texas, and he's a very explosive winger. He's actually either been involved in or scored every single goal in the preseason that we've scored. So he's assisted or scored himself 5 of the 6 goals. So he's done fantastic in the preseason. He's going to be a major threat on offense for us in the games to come.
Number of games on television, is that enticing at all when you're a player to play? Not just in front of the crowd, but also on TV as well.
Yeah, it's exciting because growing up, you always see professional players. You see Kaká playing, you see Ronaldinho, and it's like now it's your turn to be on TV. Now you have kids that'll be watching you, so they they probably won't remember your name because there's no your last name's not on your back of the jersey, but they'll remember that you're from Eastern Florida and that your number you have, and so it's exciting. People from we have some teammates that are out of the country, and so their families can watch that, and so it's exciting to be able to play on TV.
Well, gentlemen, appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend. Now, the home opener is coming up September 6th against Lewis and Clark College. Come out, check out the Titans. You will really love the product you see on the field. When we come back, we go inside to the Titan Fieldhouse and talk a little volleyball with head coach Andrea Rasmussen and a special guest as well there. You're watching Inside Titan Sports.
This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Back inside Titan Sports, I'm Jeff Radcliffe, and now we turn our attention to the volleyball team. Head coach Andrea Rasmussen in her second year, and Megan Grafey, a newcomer, a freshman libero from Greeley, Colorado. There's a connection there, isn't there?
There is, yes.
What's your connection as far as tell the folks that don't know? You've got a Colorado background as well.
I am from Colorado, and I used to coach in the club that Megan played for, so I'm still in with the director there, and so that's how she got here.
Easy to spot the talent.
Yes.
So what's the move to Florida been like? I know there's certainly an altitude change, maybe a humidity change for you, and how's that adjustment been?
That adjustment's been fine. I've never been to the beach, so I'm good with the beach.
You're in the right place.
Yes. And as far as the team goes, it's been really easy to settle in with everyone. They've been really welcoming, and I've had kind of a built-in support system here. So.
And the relationship with Coach notwithstanding, what was attractive to coming into Eastern Florida to play for her program?
The beach.
The beach? Hey, I love honesty. That's great. Coach, talk a little bit about what Megan brings as a newcomer. We do know you've got the returners like Treasure Ingram, who had 21 kills in 2 games in the opening. But it's nice to have a player you know a little bit about join the squad.
It's really nice. Megan's bringing a very defensive mind to our team, and being that we have a little bit of a shorter team this year, defense is going to have to be our priority. So she brings a lot in the back row, ball control-wise on serve, receive, and defense, and gives us a lot.
What does this team look like? I mean, so a year ago you're playing high school volleyball. What differences are apparent to you now as you're just getting started?
It's a lot more fast-paced than high school and even club that I played off-season. It's more intense.
I bet.
It's definitely more. There's more focus on it, on being better, getting better than anything.
Season already underway, a pair of games this past weekend, 3-1, both of the score lines, but Florida State College, Jacksonville, a 3-1 loss, but you rebounded nicely against Lake Sumter. So 1-1, is that the start you maybe anticipated? I mean, not wanted, but was that a good start?
It's not bad, and we're improving every time we step on the floor, and right now that's our main focus with 9 new girls in the gym this year, just making sure that we're improving and we're headed the right direction. Early in the season, wins and losses aren't going to be our main focus. As we get closer to the state tournament, that will be more of a focus for us.
Going forward, some games this week, some big games on the weekend. What things do you think that the squad needs to improve on to maybe have a couple more of those 3-0 wins, 3-1 wins?
We've been working a lot on communication and team chemistry. I think that's one of the main focuses that we need, because it was obvious when we started coming together, having better team chemistry, we played a lot better too.
I would think when you're a libero or even a setter, those are the 2 most important spots on that floor where you have to be able to communicate with everybody, right? It's not just between just a setter and a hitter. What have you seen that's maybe different about this club this year that was missing last year? And it was a good season last year. As far as the seasons before you came along, a 500 season, 16-16. What things do you see developing here in year 2?
We're doing a really nice job with ball control and being able to finish. Last year we struggled. If we would get down, we would kind of just fall apart. And we did a really nice job even this weekend of battling back and being able to pull ourselves through some tight situations and come out in a positive manner. So I think that's one of the biggest things that we're noticing right now is the improvement in perseverance and battling through.
Get some games against some ranked competition to start out. Is it good to start the season here, or you got this weekend with teams that are ranked in the poll to test yourselves at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know. The only experience I have playing college is what I had this last week.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'll be good to see what the top competition is going to be like, and we can only get better from there. So.
Andrew, tell us what lies ahead as far as a challenge this weekend on the road.
We have three tough matches, but 2 of those being ranked in the top 17 in the country, and it's going to be a great opportunity for us to see where we stand against those teams. And even if it doesn't work out in our favor, at least we know where we are and what we need to do, because the road doesn't get any easier. We play nothing but strong teams from here on out. So it's a good opportunity for us to learn and grow.
What if some of the teammates that were already here last year, the freshmen that are now sophomores, what advice have they given you now that you're just kind of starting out here to adjust, other than which beach to go to?
The sophomores told us after this weekend that it's only going to get tougher from here. The teams this weekend were good. We played well, but we have to get better. It's not going to get any easier. So.
How does the conference look? It's a little further down the road, and you got to worry about what's in front of you right now. But obviously, the season's success will be measured on how you really do in that conference.
It is, and all of the conference teams have improved this year. We were able to see all of them at a preseason scrimmage 2 weeks ago, and everyone's improved. So it's definitely going to be tougher this year with the rule changes and everything else, the opening up of the rosters. It's gotten tougher, but I like where we stand as it is now. Miami-Dade is going to be extremely tough to beat, so it will be more of a battle for second place than anything else.
They say it's a marathon, not a sprint in any sport. It's certainly true in volleyball. And Coach, where do you want to be, middle of the season, end of the season? Do you want to see an improvement, or do you want these girls to start playing well right now?
Well, we definitely need to play well right now, but the biggest time for us to be of importance is towards the end of the season, late October, when we're finishing up those conference matches that will determine where we place. Obviously, placing in the top 2 in our conference sends us to the state tournament. That's when we need to be at our best game. This first month, especially August, is a growing time, a learning time, and for a lot of our freshmen, it's a big learning curve. So as long as we're peaking towards the end of October when we need to be, and then going into the state tournament that first week in November strong, we'll be where we need to be.
And that's all the time we have for this inaugural edition of Inside Titans Sports. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. We want to thank all of our guests for joining us on this inaugural edition. Make sure you tune in every Thursday to get the inside scoop on your Titans athletics programs. You can also visit the school's website as well. I want to thank all of our guests, and I'd like to thank you for watching. And until next time, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long, and go Titans.